Hey everyone, this is Lesky here, back with another FIFA 21 Pro Clubs player build for you guys today, and in this video we have for you another center forward build which was requested in the comments by a viewer. He wanted to see a Karim Benzema build, so I decided to make him a center forward build because that is what he's listed on FIFA. Like his base card on FIFA is listed as a center forward, so I just went for that. And then for the body, for the height and the weight, I went for 6 foot, 149 pounds. Lately I've actually came out with a few 6 foot center forward builds. For instance, the Leroy Sané, which is the most recent, that was 6 foot, 119 pounds. Very good build, one of the best builds I've used. And then there's another one, I think it was Henry, which was another one of the best builds I've used. Henry was 6 foot, 119 pounds as well. But for this build, I didn't want to make it the same with 6 foot, 119 pounds, so I decided to change the weight up and bump it up a little bit. At first, I had it at the section higher than what it's at right now. I had it at, let me see, I had it at 174, and I didn't try any games with it, but really this pace was just kind of slow, 90 acceleration, 84 sprint speed. So I just decided to try 149 instead of 174 or 119. I went for 149 right in the middle. Just make sure you're on the low side of 6 foot if you're on this screen, and then make sure you're on 149 and you'll be good to go. And then as you guys can see, like the pace stats went up a little bit with the lower weight, so that's kind of the main reason why we did that, because the pace is pretty important in pro clubs. So now moving on to the skill tree. So over here on this Benzema playstyle screen, you can see we're listed as a 6 foot center forward, 149 pounds, and right footed. And on this bottom right section, we are an 89 overall, as you guys can see, which is perfect for Benzema because his base card on Ultimate Team this year is an 89 rated center forward, so that's perfect. And then he also, his highest rated card is a 95. He has like a 90 rated, 91 rated, 92, 93, 94, and a 95 rated card this year on Ultimate Team. So I used all those cards really just and mixed it around just to make the best Benzema build I could. So starting with the skill tree, we went all the way down to the strength advanced focus. We didn't go for the jumping focus because looking at Benzema's card right now on Ultimate Team, just looking at his 91 rated card, he has 82 strength and like 82 strength and 81 jumping. So on most of his cards, he really doesn't have high jumping. Like even his 95 rated card, his best jumping is 87. But for base stats for a center forward at our height, we already have really good jumping. We can't do much about it. Since we are trying to upgrade the strength, we are still upgrading some of the jumping as well as we are upgrading the strength. But I just wanted to get that to at least over 80. So I went for 82. Because I think in his 92 rated or his 91 rated card, he has 82 strength, and then everything over that, he has more than 82 strength. So I wanted a good balance. I could have went for 80. Like I guess technically, you could go like this if you want, just to add plus 2 more jumping and just get 80 strength. But I decided I wanted to get 82 strength, and 92 jumping was already pretty good, even though 94 would be pretty crazy. So that is an alternative if you would like to do that. Just one little quick change. Not going to do much. You're just going to have more jumping than strength. But I went for this option. And then on this right side, we went all the way down the second wind like I do in every single one of my builds. Unless you were playing any, I wouldn't take off the second wind. It's good for any's because they're not going to be controlling their players that much, and they aren't really going to need the second wind. Their players aren't going to be drained from their stamina as much as it would be if like I'm controlling my player the whole time. Obviously, I'm going to lose stamina, and that second wind's going to be coming in clutch in the second half. But if you're an any, you really don't need it, so I wouldn't suggest it. Just use the skill points to add it to something else. You could even add it to this kangaroo right there, and you're good to go. But for now, I have the second wind because I don't play any. And this is going to be it for the physical section. Just comparing the stats. We have better jumping than all of his cards. 82 strength. We're about in the middle. Some of his cards has more strength, some of his cards has less. So we're just smack dab in the middle right there with strength. And then stamina, he has pretty low stamina, and 84 stamina is what we have here. And then aggression doesn't really matter. So that's it for the physical side of things. Now we're going to move on to dribbling. So over here on this dribbling page, we are looking at Benzema's 95 rated headliner card, his highest rated card, because he has 93 dribbling. But his lowest 2 stats pretty much on all of his cards are his agility and balance. On his highest rated card, which is 95 rated, he only has 84 agility and 74 balance, which we are already beating that. I tried to lower the balance as much as I could without having to lose these ones right here so I could get the 5-star skills. But I lowered the balance right here, so I didn't add these two. So I could have less balance than agility because he has way less balance than agility on all of his builds. So I just did the best I could. And then he says he has 84 agility exactly on his 95 rated card. So that's what I went for, 84 agility. And then we have better balance than him, but we can't do anything about it really. Benzema doesn't have 5-star skills, but as you guys know, in all my videos, I like my 5-star skills. I'm a huge fan. Even if the player doesn't have 5-star skills on FIFA, I still like to add it just because of how OP it is in FIFA, especially in pro clubs. I just love skilling, and it just makes the game a lot more fun in my opinion. So we went for the 5-star skills. Let me check if Benzema has the flare trait. Benzema doesn't have the flare trait. I guess if you don't want the 5-star skills or even the flare trait, you could take these off and just go for 4-star skills, kind of like he has. But again, it's kind of like 5-star skills. The flare trait's really OP, and I like to add it on all my builds. So that's what I did as well. And that'll get us to 88 ball control, 91 dribbling. His 95 rated card has way better dribbling stats. He has 97 ball control, 93 dribbling. But we're really just comparing the agility and balance, which he has 84 agility, 74 balance. But we have 84 agility, 82 balance. So that's pretty freaking good. And this is going to be it for the dribbling page. Just make sure you go for that 5-star skills and that flare trait. And if you don't want the 5-star skills, you can just take this one off and keep the flare trait if you'd like. But if you don't want the flare or the 5-star skills, I would just suggest taking these off right here. And then possibly adding this to dribbling so you can get more ball control and more dribbling right here. And then you'll be set. Yeah, that should be good to go. There's some alternatives for you, but I'm going to keep it how I've had it. And now we're going to move on to passing. All right, over here on passing, we really don't have too much added. The goal here was just to try and boost up the long passing as much as I possibly could. Scrolling to his 91 rated card. His 95 rated card has pretty good passing stats that we're just not going to be able to match for a base center forward. But the 91 and the 90 are a little bit closer to what we have. So he has 89 vision, which is something we're not going to be able to touch since we can't upgrade that. 77 crossing, so we're actually one better. And I'm looking at his 90 rated card right now. 88 short passing, 75 long passing. So we have 86 short passing and 75 long passing. 2 less on short passing isn't too big of a deal. But we ended up matching that long passing, which is what I was going for. I just wanted to bump it up a bit. And then he has 83 curve, which is, again, we don't have enough skill points to bump up that curve. I would really like to, but it's just not possible. But to make up for that, this build does have the finesse shot trait, so it'll help adding some curve onto your shots, even though you don't have that much curve in the first place. That finesse shot trait will help a bit. But this is it for the passing section, not too much. Just make sure you go down to this long passing for +2 long passing for 1 skill point, and then this extra long passing right here, which will get us to 75 long passing, which was really the goal when coming to this passing section. I just wanted to get that long passing up a bit, similar to Benzema's cards. So now moving on to shooting, we have the 4-star weak foot because he has 4-star, 4-star in FIFA this year. And he has the finesse shot trait, so I went for that. So basically we just went all the way down to this weak foot and all the way down to the finesse shot trait, and then you're good to go. And then this was some extra skill points. On his 90 rated card, he has 93 heading actually. Even on his 89 rated card, he has really good heading actually in real life. He has 91 heading actually default, and that's on his lowest rated card, his 89 rated card. So I felt the need to bump up his heading actually at least to 87, since this second one gives you +2 for 1 skill point. So that'll get us a little closer. It's not in the 90s, but it's still pretty good, and I definitely got a few header goals with this build, and it was pretty good since that crazy jumping, not too insane, but you have 92 jumping, which is really good for a 6-foot player, and then 87 heading actually was actually pretty solid. So the aerial ability of this build is actually very good, and it can surprise you. You will win some headers over some people, and then remember to use that finesse shot trait and trying to whip in some curlers in the back and side netting. So just comparing some of the stats now to Benzema's cards on Ultimate Team, looking at his 92 rated inform card, he has exactly 93 finishing and 89 shot power. And then when we go down to the 91 rated card, he has 91 finishing, 87 shot power. We have 93 finishing, which will match that 92 rated card, which is pretty good, even though I really did have problems with finishing. I had so many dribbles, like good dribbles, dribbling past people, about to be one-on-one with the goalie, and then something happens where my guy just wasn't able to finish. It could have been my fault, but there was other times where I'm literally pointing in the corner, and my guy just decides to hit it with his right foot instead of his 4-star weak foot, like his left foot, and he shoots it right down the middle of the goal, and it's nowhere where I'm pointing. Like, sometimes it's not really the build, it's kind of just FIFA, like just being broken and not doing what you're wanting them to do. Like, the ball is on my guy's left foot, and I want him to rip it with his left foot because he has a 4-star weak foot, but he decides to like torque his body to hit it with his right foot, and then it goes nowhere where I'm aiming because he tries to hit an awkward shot with his right foot. Like, the game is kind of dumb like that, and I had a situation like that, and it kind of pissed me off because this build had 93 finishing, and it just felt like the finishing was horrible for me. But for y'all, if y'all do try this out, it'll probably be a lot better. A lot of it probably just came down to my poor finishing on my side of things. But again, just looking at the stats, we have 93 finishing, 85 shot power, way better long shots than he has on all of his cards, 90 long shots, 88 volleys, which is around what he has. He has 89 on his 91 rated card, and then only 82 long shots, which is why we got way better long shots, plus 8 long shots, which is pretty good. So try some outside the box shots. Outside the box finesse shots are very good in this game, so give that a try as well. And then that'll be it for the shooting section. Just make sure you go down to the 4-star weak foot, the finesse shot, and then get these 2 heading accuracies. And now we're going to move on to the last section, which will be pace. So over here on the pace page, this is where I ran into a problem with pace because I originally was going to try 174, but what that got us to was 90 acceleration, 84 sprint speed at 174 pounds. That's why I went down to 149, which gave us +3 pace of +1 acceleration and +2 sprint speed over that weight, which is why I went for the lower weight of 149, just for pace reasons, because I'm in D1 and it's pretty important to have some good pace on your player. Even though this build's not very fast, it's actually faster than every single one of Benzema's cards on Ultimate Team, which is pretty crazy because he has a 95 rated card, but the pace is only 85. He has 88 acceleration, 83 sprint speed. For this build, I went for 91 acceleration, 86 sprint speed, which is actually pretty good. You got some good acceleration on a big boy. You can catch some people off guard with doing some skills, some 5-star skills, some body feints, just quick cuts and stuff like that. But then again, that sprint speed can let you down sometimes because it goes down to 86 sprint speed. So if you're going on a breakaway, you might be chopped down by some of those faster, smaller kids. But if you try to use those skill moves to break through and cut some people, you should be good to go, and try to abuse that higher acceleration and make some quick cuts rather than just trying to sprint down a line the entire time. But this is going to be it for the pace section. If you can try and find some skill points to take off and add it to sprint speed to get 88 sprint speed, y'all could go for that if y'all do like. It's just you're kind of straying away from the Benzema build since none of his cards are that fast in the first place. Like, this build's already faster than his 95 rated card, which is kind of what we have to do just for meta reasons in pro clubs and in FIFA this year. And pretty much every year. Every single FIFA pace is like the most important stat. But this is going to be it for my Karim Benzema center forward build, guys. Let me know in the comments if y'all do try it out, how it worked for you, and what you think of this build. Also, if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and that like button on this video to push this video through the YouTube algorithm for me. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a great rest of y'all's day, and peace out.